This is a video tour of the garret or attic space in the historic Frederick Walter Cox house. Built through the 1850s, finished in 1861. This entryway was obviously changed into this. It was open before when the Cox kids lived here. And this is what it looks like today. We added this pioneer-ish handrail that was downstairs. We added that here. Recarpeted the original pioneer steps. There was some nasty old carpet here before, but the wood underneath was surprisingly pretty nice. Pretty good shape. This is the little kitchen. My wife did a great job laying this out to maximize the space. There's not a lot of space up here. In fact, the fridge used to be beyond the wall there, and there was a stove right here on the floor. But we had this nook carved in so we could slide the fridge into the kitchen space and still keep the fridge nearby for easy access. The big stove we took out and put in this smaller stove that fits in here. These are all the easy close drawers. New microwave. Great view of Manti. The Kimball brothers installed the cabinets, and my wife thought it'd be pretty cool to put that little nook back there. This is the living room. And this, there used to be a high spot right there in the middle. And when we pulled the carpet and carpet pad out and subfloor, the original wide plank pioneer floor was raised right there. So I took a planer and planed it down. But it's pretty cool to see the old original pioneer floor that the Cox children used to sleep on. This was their sleeping quarters for the majority of the 20 some odd kids that lived in this house when it was first built. There were 4 wives, and I think they had somewhere around 26 kids. Not all of them lived here at the same time. This is the south bedroom. We added these added the shelving in the nook over there. Cut into the attic crawl space and put that nook there with shelving, just to provide a little bit more space. That's the attic access. Our neighbor down the street milled this baseboard to match the original baseboard that we found in the basement. So all new baseboard, historic to the home. This square window is pretty cool. Has a great view of the tabernacle up on the hill over there. Manti Canyon, where the lumber for this house came from. You got Emma Peterson's home down there, that little bungalow, and then the rock home beyond that was Walter Cox's brother's house, Orville Sutherland Cox. Now the dormer obviously wasn't original to the attic space. That was added, we think 20 or 25 years ago to make way for this little kitchen. Doesn't exactly hold to the historical nature of the home, but it's here, so we kept it. And we added to it by adding this dormer. You can see the roof line there. In the old bathroom, you really had to kind of crouch down to access the old sink. So adding the dormer gave us a window, which again, great view. You can see the temple over there. That house with the Ford Explorer in front of it is Walter Cox's second eldest son's home, William Arthur Cox. I believe he lived 1840 to 1932 or thereabouts. We had that little cabinet built in there that was just dead space that we wanted to maximize for storage. We also added a vent and a light there for the shower. And we made a little storage nook or a pantry for the kitchen here. Put some, your broom or garbage or whatever. And then this little northern room is historic. Actually shows the old brick chimney. Originally there was 4 rock chimneys on kind of wide stanced here on the sides of the window. In fact, if you go into the crawl space and look there at the corner, you can see the opening for the old rock chimneys. Those were long removed, at least 100 years ago, and they put windows on the north side in those openings on this side, and on the south side they just filled it in, I guess. But you can definitely see the old remnants of the rock chimneys. This is a historic round window. It was more expensive to get a round opening chipped, so they had it just on this north side. But this, historically, as you can see here by the view, this is the old lookout where the kids would search for incoming wagon trains or Indian war parties. This home was built within the walls of the Greater Manti Fort, and survived the Black Hawk Indian War in the 1860s, and still stands today. There was a chimney like this on the south side, but that one was removed, probably to put that bathroom in. But there's pictures from the 1980s that show both brick chimneys, neither of which are currently functioning. I believe it was the 1870s. Brigham Young encouraged the early pioneers to get into silk production with silkworms, and so our understanding is that they did that up here as well. Pretty historic space. It's kind of fun to think about if these walls could talk. But hope you enjoyed the tour of the Frederick Walter Cox house, Garret.